In this video, we look at conditions conditional in Julia, the if statement. So age will be a variable we'll use. We'll say age is equal to 15. Now we'll create a condition. To create a condition in Julia, you just have to write if and then put a condition like a Boolean, you know, they will be true or false. And I got age superior or equal to 18. If age is superior or equal to 18, then something will happen. If it's not the case, if it's not superior or equal to 18, if it's false, then something else will happen. So how to do that in Julia? You do if, then compared to Python, you don't have a column. And a big difference with Julia is you don't need indentation. Yet it's really, really recommended to use indentations. I'll show you without indentation that it works. This would create a mistake in Python, but it won't create a mistake in Julia. And because this was false, then the second option happened. Like if I just say, okay, age now is 21, then it's printing twice, and because it's not print ln, then it's not going to the line. So if I do like this, we see it's being print twice. So it doesn't care about the indentations. I just leave it as a comment for the GitHub, and we see that, okay, what happened is I check the Boolean and then I got the two options. Else is else, like in Python, and then because I don't have the semicolon, because I don't have the indentation, I need something to tell me that, well, this is the end of my if, so I need to write and in Julia. So it's if a condition, something happened, else something happened, and. Now, if I want to combine conditions, booleans, and do if something and something, I can use the operator we've seen and say, okay, if we'll create license, I will say it's true, like you have a driving license, and your age is 21. That's what we'll use as a starter. Now let's create the condition. We'll say, okay, if your age is more than 18 and you have a driver license, then we'll print the road is yours in most countries. If we don't have the age bigger than 18, then we'll say, okay, else if, which is the elseif in Python, it's else if. In Julia, another condition, okay, if I still have the license, but the age is not what I wanted, I say, hey, you're too young, do something else. Now, else if again, if only the license is not right, then I'll tell you, okay, you're an adult, but you need to pass the license, so go pass the license first. And else is, okay, whatever else, all the other possibility, which in this case I don't think there is, and it said, well, nobody thought of your case. So now we can play with the different value and see what will happen. So if I got a license and the age 21, the road is yours. Now, if you don't have the age, but you have the license, which is strange, but who knows, it'll say, hey, you're too young, kiddo, learn programming for now. Now, if you are too young and you don't have a license, so here is going to be false, the same, right? Because you're still too young, and that's what we are checking first. Here's the order matter, right? So it will check this, and if this is true, then it will execute this, and then it will jump over all the rest. Now, if I have the age right, but I don't have a license, it tells me you need to pass the license first, right? So it's looking at the different conditions, the different options that we have in this full statement all together up until there is the end, right? So it starts with the if, here it ends with the end, and then we got elif, and else. And if one is true, then all the rest is skipped. Now, if I do the same, another condition with colors, and here I do something different because what I want to show you is the difference between two different conditions and using elif. So if I say, hey, color is blue, okay, color is blue. If color is blue, then print, yeah, this is blue. And remember the and compared to Python, right? If the color is red, then print it's red, then and. So the big difference here is that on the second block, what I'm doing is if the color is blue, then you will print that is blue. Else, if it's red, you will print that it's red. So that's the big difference we have here. We see that for blue, it's telling me exactly the same, but there's something different. What it is. Here, the difference is that when I've seen this, and I'm printing that, like we've seen, I go back so you can see that's the first print we have, well, then it's actually still looking at this if. So it's not a condition that it's if the first one was true, then I don't look at the other one, which is the case in the next block here, where if this one is true, then all the else if is ignore. So technically, if you know there is going to be one or the other, it's way better to use else if compared to using many if, because if you use many if, then you're using for nothing the thinking power, the processing power of your computer, because if color has only one value and blue was true, it was not going to be red. Now there's something called ternary operators. So some people love them, some people dislike them. I'm kind of in the middle. It has to be used only for really short code, in my opinion. I've seen it in big block of code, but ideally you want to use it for something really small. And I'm showing you this mainly because you will see them, you will find them. So as far as I remember, you don't have that in Python, but you do have that in some other language like PHP. So A, then a question mark, then B, then column, then C. What does that mean? Well, it's the same as what we see below. If A, then B, else C. So it's pretty easy actually once you think about it. It means, okay, the condition is the first one, that's why there is the question mark. So it's asking a question, is it A? If it's true, then it's the first one. If it's false, it's the second one after the column. That's as easy it is. So here is an example. We got x equal 1 and y equal 2, and we say, hey, if x is superior to y, then give me x. If it's not, then give me y. So I do that and give me 2, because is x superior to y? It's false, and it will give me the second option. That's it. Now we can do it obviously the same with text and say, okay, same, is x superior to 1? Again, here it's going to be false. So it's telling me false, and second answer prevail. If x was bigger, then it was true, and first answer prevail. So it's just an evaluation, a boolean. If it's true, then it's first one. If it's false, it's the one after the semicolon. As easy as that. Now I'll give you an exercise for the first time, and I'll tell you this. Write a conditional statement that prints a number if the number is even and the string odd if the number is odd, right? So it's just a condition where you need to print if it's even or odd. Now do that, it's going to be short, so you can do that in the comment of this video, and the first one that do it right, I'll just pin it there and I will stay further to see the answer. See you soon.